I'm going to show y'all how to make a taco meat out of turkey, ground turkey. Today has real low carbs, and me and my fiance eat it all the time. Usually once or twice a week we cook this. So first you want to get your skillet, big skillet, over medium heat. Get your turkey meat. We got our turkey meat from Costco, where you get 4 of them. Usually around 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of turkey meat. Just so you know, this is 4 servings of turkey meat from here. 4 servings would be 150 calories per serving. These 600 calories just for the meat, no carbs. I do not put any olive oil or anything. We have these good non-stick pans, so we just sit here and cook it just like you're gonna cook just regular meat for spaghetti or chili. Chop it up real good and just get it all grounded back up as it cooks. You may want to turn the heat up medium high just to get it going. While that's getting cooking, we'll get taco seasoning from Kroger. Instead of buying it from the pack, we buy it from the box. Since we eat it so much, it's 4 to a box. If you guys want to see that, take one. We'll just use 1 pack for this whole thing. Today, I've actually had onions. I've been growing. We usually don't put onions in this. Or scallots, whatever they're called. I chopped some of them up. I'm going to put these in there too. We've never done this before, but we're going to try it and see how it goes. We differ when we use diced tomatoes. Sometimes we'll use Rotel most of the time with chilies, original. But we do change up a little bit today. I'm going to use fire roasted salsa style diced tomatoes with tomato puree. So we'll use this. Last night came out pretty good. So these are just two ingredients. So this is a container. You got 7 servings, 20 calories each. Obviously 140. This is 2 tablespoons, 6. That'll be 120. So if you're adding all this up like I do, I do the whole meal, add all the calories, all the carbs and everything up, and then I just divide it by 6. Usually this will actually get us 3 meals apiece, so it's 6 servings is the way we do it. I would almost say 2 cups would be one of our servings. Instead of doing 1, we usually do 2. I usually get out of my dinners when I'm going to work, usually get 3 soft tacos. So I'll take my tortilla, I'll put it in there, wrap it up, just like a burrito, and that's how I eat it. I usually get about 3 of those with a good amount of meat inside them. It's very filling, especially with the tortilla. As you can see, I get cream cheese, obviously. When we first started doing this years ago, we would use fat-free cream cheese, but most of the time on any keto diet, they want you to use full fat. So obviously we use cream cheese. We only use half of this. So if I get 2, this will actually make 4. So if I go to Costco and I get 4 things of turkey, this will make 4 different meals for us for the week. Usually and that's usually about 8. Excuse me. That's we get 6 meals out of this, 3 apiece. Obviously, you do the math. That's a lot of meals. And obviously, we'll use half of one of these. Let you see how this is cooking. And I'll just try to chop it up in little chunks. Now, as you see, it looks kind of like greasy or watery. If you were using ground beef, which you can, we just use turkey, just because it's just a white meat. If you were using ground beef 85-15, obviously you would need to drain it. If you were using 94-8 or 94-6, 90-10, something like that on ground beef, you probably wouldn't have to. You probably want to keep a little bit of the fat in there anyway. But with the turkey meat, you'll see this, it'll kind of just go away, just kind of like that, after it's fully cooked. And you want those juices just as you're cooking this, and once you get all the ingredients in. Now this time we're going to take the meal over to our grandkids and our daughter's house, and she's wanting to start eating healthier, which she's skinny as a rail, but this is one of our healthy recipes, and I'm going to show it to her. So what we would do, what we used to do before, is we would actually make this and put black beans, excuse me, out of the can, and instead of just pouring the can in here, we would drain them and wash them off, then put them in. That way I could get all that in canned foods, obviously with beans, that's got all those preservatives and everything on the beans, so obviously you want to wash them off. So usually this is what we would do if we wanted to add beans. We used to also add rice, so we would actually cook the rice, a little rice in a bag. We would cook it separate, and then we would cook this, and then once we got this done and we started adding the ingredients, we would add the rice to it. Both of those are really good. I wouldn't recommend adding, I would add either or. Now, we're not going to do it this time just because we usually add cauliflower rice to it. We like it just because it's healthier. We're not going to do it to this because the grandkids might not like it, and our daughter might not like it either. So now we've got this cooked down, no longer pink. I'm going to try to get a little bit more browned up. And then we'll cut it down to medium or a little lower, because obviously you don't need it to burn. All right. got the tomatoes in. We'll turn it down probably about medium low. As I'm sorry for my stuffy head. I'm going to do 4 ounces, 8 ounce, half the block. Let me just put the other one in the Ziploc bag. It's not gonna, we will use this probably Tuesday or Wednesday for the rest of it. Go ahead and add my onions, which we very seldom ever use. I'm hoping this don't make it too oniony. I would like it, they would. This cream cheese is usually very messy. Just cut it up. Usually at this time I'll get a lid. I may chop it and I'll show it to you just so you see how I have the cream cheese and what it looks like. Just like you put mozzarella, fresh mozzarella in there, but it's cream cheese. And what we'll do is I'm going to take a lid, put the lid over it, and just turn it on low and let it simmer. As I do this, obviously, people, you want the flavor, all the flavors to kind of sink in everything and add to the meat. We'll do this for probably 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll come in here and stir it, and we'll keep stirring it until the cream cheese melts all the way. For one thing, the seasoning, as far as the taco seasoning, you want to add that at the end, because after you put all your ingredients, you want it to mix well. After that, I let it probably simmer for another 10, maybe 15 minutes before I turn it off. Today we got taco shells for the kids. Just regular taco shells that you can buy at any grocery store. Obviously, if you're on the keto diet or you're just eating low carbs, you want this carb counter. Now, we used to get Missions, but this brand right here is probably cheaper. We found at Kroger's or Walmart, and it's the same thing, 6 net carbs. This is what me and her eat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it off. Trying to get this cream cheese all mixed in. I'm really debating on whether to put rice or beans. And with this, I probably won't. It's kind of killing me not to. Because the more you add to it, the further it goes as a meal for you. I'll get this cream cheese all done. When it starts really looking like like you cooked some kind of goulash, is what it looks like. That's what me and a buddy of mine I used to work with, we used to call it. He's the one that turned me on to this. And I don't know if he used ground turkey or just real lean ground beef. Actually, I take that back, I do. He actually used ground chicken. I'm not a big ground chicken fan. It's probably a little bit different than turkey as far as the flavor, probably about the same. Obviously it's better than ground beef. He would usually switch up though, and just like we do. Very seldom do I ever do it, but you could fix up just to give you a little bit of a beef flavor and more like a taco, a beef taco. You could go ahead and do that. This is, I'll show it to you. Right, this is what this looks like. So it's looking really, and it'll darken up obviously when we get the seasoning in there. I'm going to show you another thing that we've been using. It gives it a little bit of a taste. This Pancho's dressing. I do 2 tablespoons in this, and it gives it a really, really different type of flavor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 teaspoon. I just eye it. And I'm making a mess. If you live with me, you know how much I hate messes as I'm cooking. So let's get that started in. And we will go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and add the taco seasoning. Now this you don't want to overuse this, because when you yield it, this is really runny. And you'll ask yourself, well, if I use that, it's going to be more. Obviously, yes, it will. That's why you only want to use a couple of tablespoons. And then after the meal, like once the meal is done and you're getting ready to eat it, if you want more, just add more. To the taco, I wouldn't add it to the meat like we just did. So obviously we just add this up, just kind of sprinkle it over the whole thing, just so you can get some good coverage. Now, I didn't give you all the calories at the start, but with the can of tomatoes, the turkey, the seasoning, and the cream cheese, this meal, if you were to eat this whole thing in 1 serving, would be 1,000 calories. Obviously, you're not going to do that. So that's why I split it into 6. All right, now what I will do is I'll kind of spread this out, and I will let this simmer for probably 10 to 15 minutes. Clean my mess up. Okay, guys, you've already got cream cheese in here. So when you're making your taco, if you want to use shredded cheese, we do it sometimes, very, very seldom. Sour cream. If you want to do the sour cream and go ahead and mix it in, you can. We usually just, when we're taking this as a meal to work, we'll fix us a little bitty container of either cheese and sour cream, or just cheese. So just remember that. And like I said, all we do is take a soft burrito, put it in the burrito after we've warmed it up. The burrito's been warmed up, and then we'll roll it up just like, or the tortilla's been warmed up, and we'll fold it up just like a burrito and eat it like that. Guys, if you fix this, hope you like it. Give me any comments, what you think, or maybe what you add to it, just to see how it might help me. Maybe I might like something else in it that you did. But I appreciate you listening to me, and thank you very much.